Sorry to keep you waiting, producer. So, is it true you got the okay to start managing me?
Yes, though you still don't sound very used to the idea, which isn't all that surprising considering back when we met.
Good afternoon! This is Akizuki Ritsuko from 765 Production speaking. Let me see. There should be at least one of our staff here ahead of me, right?
That'd be me, Akizuki-san. Nice to meet you. I'm the new producer 765 Production just hired. My name's...
What? You are? Well then. Interesting.
Uh, um, what's with that scrutinizing look?
Get nothing. Sorry. It's just, you weren't anything like how I imagined you'd be. Anyway, let me properly introduce myself. Akizuki Ritsuko at your service. And since you're the boss, you can just go ahead and call me Ritsuko.
Uh, alright then. Understood, Ritsuko. Well then. If you don't mind me getting right down to business,
Oh, sure. I figure I'll just get my bags inside, of course.
Sorry, that shouldn't be there.
I figure I'll just get my bags inside first, then after I've had a short break to catch my breath, we can have a quick meeting. Sound good?
Uh, I guess I don't have any objections. You really made an impression on me then, you know. For a moment, I couldn't tell which one of us was the producer.
Sorry. I didn't mean for it to come out that way, but planning and accounting for everything like that is just the way I do things, more or less.
Just the way you do things, huh?
Now, first of all, if you'd be so kind as to look through this, it's my comprehensive training camp development plan.
Plop. What? A development plan? Developing what?
The careers of all our idols, of course. Since we're operating under such a tight budget, I had to go through and work out the most effective ways to maximize our productivity while minimizing our costs. We can't afford to let even a single yen go to waste. But with this baby, there's no way we won't turn our fortunes around and unleash the full potential of 765.
Uh, alright then. I'll, take a look through it. But damn, you certainly came prepared, Ditsuko.
I always do. I may not look the part, or rather, maybe I look it exactly, I don't know. But I love coming up with plans and I'm very good at it. The only factor that may throw us off is whether order can be maintained in the training camp. But if push comes to shove, I have no problem reining in what needs to be reined in.
Uh, hmm? Hey, Ditsuko, I think there are a few pages missing from your plan here.
Nonsense! I wouldn't make such a careless mistake. Just check the table of contents or the page numbers and everything checks out, right?
Uh-huh. Then why don't I see a section with a plan for your development?
Ah!
As I suspected. You forgot to actually write one.
No, that's because, it's the development plan for me and I'm me. I know what my own plan is. It's all in my head already, so I didn't need to include it.
Well, if you say so. But seeing how the time has come for me to officially start taking an active role in your management, I'm going to have to ask to see it anyway. What exactly is this development plan for yourself that you have in your head?
Well, about that. I mean, in my case, when it comes to development, I really don't feel the need to go for anything pie in the sky overreaching, so I know. How about this? What I'll do is be in charge of looking after all the other girls and making sure they're getting the most out of this training camp. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go with that.
What? Now wait just a minute! Wouldn't you agree that what you just described sounds a lot like it's supposed to be my job?
Well, yeah, but it'd be a lot tougher to do it all by yourself, right? Especially since this may say something about me as well, but we don't exactly employ the most manageable idols here at 765, you know?
It makes no difference what kinds of idols or people you are. Looking after you is my job as your producer. That's all there is to it.
Well. Wouldn't have expected you to be so dyed in the wool.
No, I really don't think that's the issue here.
Fine, then why don't we do it like this? I'll look after all the other girls, and you can look after me. Yep, a fantastic idea, if I do say so myself. Covers all our bases and resolves all outstanding issues. Then it's settled.
No. Ritsuko, hold up! We're here to talk about your management policy, and we haven't decided on a single thing in that regard.
Well, that's what we just decided you're here for, right? Isn't that right, producer? I'll be looking forward to it. And with that, we both have our assigned tasks. So let's get to it. I look forward to working with you.
I can't help but feel like there's something inherently wrong with Ritsuko's whole approach here, but she and I did have to start off together somewhere, and this was a start, if nothing else. That was really, really good.
Thank you. Sorry, I was letting this as a thing know that we're streaming.
Ritsuko has been gradually accumulating more attention, and her job offers have started to see a steady increase, culminating in a picture-perfect rank-up. And yet...
Alright! Seeing how I'm fresh off a rank up, why don't we capitalize on this momentum to clamp down on any rule breakers? I, Akizuki Ritsuko, chairman of the 765 Production Night Watch Committee, will see to it that no one stays up after hours on my watch, and you're gonna help, Vice Chairman.
Hello, this is a thing.
Hi, this is a thing!
Since when was I your vice chairman? And besides, don't you think you'd be better off getting to bed yourself instead of staying up to play Night Watch? You can't keep up this little side business of yours forever, you know, especially now that you've started regularly doing a lot more work.
Well, sometimes we have to make a few sacrifices for the good of the company. I can handle it, though, seriously. If just this much was enough to wear me out, I'd be in for a rough ride regardless, don't you think?
It's not just a matter of physical stamina, though. Taking everyone else's problems upon yourself is a fantastic way to tax your emotional well-being.
Well, I happen to be the type who worries about everyone around me. I'm used to it, and it's not gonna drag me down, so no need to go overprotective dad on me.
Well, we haven't known each other for as long either, so before I take you at your word, I'd like you to let me put it to the test, please.
Huh?
Poke.
Ow, 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 ow!
That's what I thought. It really shouldn't have hurt when I did that, but your shoulders are crazy stiff.
Yeah, looks like it. Guess the fatigue is starting to catch up with me. Alright. Once I finished up this patrol, I'll take a load off with a long, hot bath.
Yes, please do, now that you're at least a little more aware of what you're doing to yourself.
So she turned to look over her shoulder, but there wasn't anybody there. So it really was just my imagination, she thought. But then the instant she turned back around, she was face to face with a shriveled old lady hanging upside down, mouth stuffed full of sweet rolls. Ah! Don't eek me. How long are you girls planning on staying up? It's way past your bedtime, young ladies. Ah! There she is! Go away! Stop treating people like monsters! Honestly, can you all believe those... Ah. I thought she was still yelling at them for a second. I started to read it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Girl!
Yeah, the emphasis was supposed to be on that line, then fade to black. Sorry, I don't mark these things down.
Yes. Stop treating people like monsters!
There.
Honestly, can you believe those girls? After all this time, you'd think they'd get it through their heads that we're not on a freaking field trip here.
Well, kids will be kids, for one thing. It also doesn't help that our lodging is classic field trip material.
Which is exactly why I can't afford to let my guard down. I better keep patrolling a little while longer after it. After all. I'm sorry. I can't believe I just did that.
Well, like you said yourself, the fatigue is catching up to you. Alright, why don't you let me take over the rest of the night watch? You need to take the twins and Yukiho back to your room and lay down.
Wrong answer, producer. This is something I decided I have to do. You're supposed to make sure I commit to it.
But...
Make it sure.
But, Ritsuko, I just really think you don't need to worry about it so much.
I'm worrying. Besides, it's not like Besides, it's not like I'm not doing this for my own sake too, you know.
How is it for your own sake?
Simple. If the agency as a whole gets its act together more, naturally it'll help each of us get our own acts together more, including me. If I myself want to keep on moving up in the world, then I can't afford to take anything for granted, especially this sort of thing.
To keep moving up in the world. Well, I agree that a drive to better yourself is an admirable thing to have, but...
Exactly! So stop sweating the small stuff and get with the program, Vice Chairman. We've got a long night ahead of us.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do everything I can to support you, though I'm still your producer, not your Vice Chairman. With another perfect rank up, there's no mistake that Ritsuko is continuing her steady growth as an idol. But now...
Yes, right there. Oh, God, you're killing me.
If you were wound up any more tightly, I'd swear I was massaging a spring. Why didn't you get this taken care of a lot sooner?
Well, I was thinking about visiting a massage therapist, but never got a decent chance because of all this running around. But thanks to that, I got a house call with the best therapist ever instead, so it's all good.
Yeah? Well, I probably should have mentioned. My services don't come cheap.
Doctor, is this treatment covered by my insurance plan?
Nope. You'll be responsible for the full amount, I'm afraid.
Alright then, you can just send the invoice to my agency's producer.
So that's how it's going to be, is it? Well, guess what? I just found out your rank up qualifies you for a 110% discount, so there. And here's the extra 10%!
Ah, so good! That's it. I quit.
You gotta take better care of yourself. You know, the reason your muscles tie themselves up in knots like this is because you have to stretch and twist them so much. Especially right here.
Oh, yes, my back. Oh, God. You are too good at that, producer. You really are keeping a close eye on me, huh?
What can I say? My eyes are just naturally drawn to you.
What?
What?
Oh, no. Ah, my back is melting. You are seriously the greatest producer. Thanks a million, producer. If nothing else, my body feels a lot less stiff at least.
Yeah, fatigue didn't just catch up with you, it collapsed on top of you, I'd say.
Well, that's what happens with so many girls to deal with. No time for me to slack off just yet.
Yeah, about that, Ritsuko, are you sure you don't want to let me look after our other members, so you can start giving your own well-being more of the attention it obviously needs?
Who do you think you're kidding? We both know if I stopped what I'm doing, the training camp would collapse into utter anarchy.
And suppose your own body is the first thing to collapse instead. What then?
Come on, this isn't anything I need more than a moment to recover from. Remember, this is something I have to do for the good of 765 production as a whole. But suppose, for the sake of argument, my body didn't hold up. Even then, which is more important to preserve, my future or the future of the agency?
I see exactly what you're getting at now, Ritsuko. I agree. It's most important to guarantee that the agency can keep doing what it's doing for you.
See? You get it. Make sure the agency can keep doing what it's doing for me?
An agency exists to help its idols succeed, not the other way around. And if, say, there was a certain agency where a certain idol named Ritsuko had to sacrifice her own success to ensure its continued survival, well, What is that agency even doing there in the first place? Do you agree?
I, um, well, I can't very well say I don't, can I? I mean, in theory, what you've laid out does seem logically sound, but...
Then I'll ask you one more time, Ritsuko. Please, place more priority on your own success. That's what the agency is here for. And that's what I'm here for.
Well, got the rug pulled out from under me on that one. Understood, producer. I'll take a chance on following your advice just this once. But still, I wonder why I never thought about it like that before. The agency exists to help our idol succeed. To help me succeed.
Looks like I managed to give her a bit of a new perspective today. I think we're finally on the right track. You know, one element of 2 that I always loved was one element of the dynamic between producer and Ritsuko was the playful banter between them. So it's nice to see that playing out again in their dynamic here. I don't know if it's due to her newfound perspective or what yet, but Ritsuko did just effortlessly plow through another rank, though the effects of her paradigm shift may be manifesting in more ways than I would have hoped.
Did you see it, producer? Did you see how sharp my moves were at that rank up live? It seriously felt like I had sprouted wings on my back.
I did, and it was a sight to behold, I'll tell you that. I feel like we finally got a taste of your true hidden potential, now that you're taking care of yourself more.
Right. There's just the teensy issue of having to pay for it with this other catastrophe! Scribble, sketch. What should I draw on the whiteboard today? How about a cop arresting a drug dealer? It was Nichan hanging down by his neck! Ah! No fair, Mommy. Just using a super loud voice to scare us is against the rules. Ah! Oh no, Yukio, wake up!
I'll have one strawberry,
Blueberry.
berry and cream, oil drum size to go, please. Oh, no.
Yeah, I guess it's gotten kinda chaotic around here. It seems like they're all trying to be as stereotypically in character as possible.
This is way beyond their ordinary chaos. Weren't you the one who told me to leave this crap to you so I could focus on myself? But no. Instead, at this rate, all their futures are going to be sacrificed for mine, just like I freaking knew they would. So, now do you know better than to take over my job if you can't even do it properly?
I'm trying, Ritsuko, really. I just don't have that same sharp tone of voice that they'll listen to like you. So I figured it'd be better for me to take a more hands-off approach and wait for them to hopefully see the error of their ways for themselves?
Bullshit! Since when are you so naive? If you don't tell these girls in no uncertain terms that no means no, then you're not doing anything to help them. Ugh, clearly I have to keep doing this myself. Ami, Mommy, Makoto, behave yourselves already. And Miki and Yukio, wake the hell up!
Ritsuko! Wait. There has to be a better way to do this than to yell at them like you're their mom. Have you ever considered serving as a role model for them instead? Leading them by example?
By example? That's a horribly roundabout and inefficient way to correct them.
Are you sure about that? In my mind, it might be the most efficient method available to you. Think about it. You're an idol just like them. If you want to convince them to stop throwing their futures away, what better way to do that than to show them what those futures could be, with a colleague walking the same road as them, only miles ahead?
But I'm not really the best example to look up to, am I? I mean, yeah, I've managed to luck out on some jobs every now and then, but...
You know, if I were a producer and my idol had that little faith in herself, I might want to start paying extra attention to her development. But more to the point, that's all the more reason for you to keep moving forward. If you chose to keep on striving to better yourself, flying in the face of all your doubts and concerns, and overcoming them, what a compelling role model you would be.
God damn it, you don't play fair. What the hell am I supposed to say when you spell it out all that... bleh, when you spell it out all picture perfect like that? No, I don't wanna? I really wish I knew how you got so good at leading me around by the nose all of a sudden. Sometimes it feels like you already know what I'm about to say and have just the thing that'll change my mind to read off a predetermined script. Ugh, you suck.
I can promise you none of that's true, Ritsuko.
No, breaking the fourth wall.
Fourth wall broken!
We'll talk more about that after the scene. I'm sorry if it makes you feel that way, though. That wasn't my intention. I'll try to be more careful from now on.
Mm-hmm. Please do. Being able to respect ourselves and each other as equals will be healthier for our professional relationship, in my opinion. I mean, make no mistake, it's most likely to our credit that you understand me so well, but it still doesn't make it feel any less unfair. But all that aside, let's recap our current plan of attack. Concerned though I am about the present state of affairs at the camp, I will nonetheless continue down my own path and set an example for everyone. Clean up I will leave to you. What do you think? Does that sound right?
Absolutely. I couldn't ask for more.
Well, that was a quick sign-off. Yes, I understand, producer. Oh, sorry. I only should have said yes once.
I don't think you need to set the bar quite that high. I don't know what's truly the best way for her to guide her colleagues down the correct path, of course. But that determination shining in Ritsuko's eyes right now tells me she has the power to make this the right choice.
Yeah. Determination!
So, it was kind of a localization decision to get Ritsuko to start leaning on the fourth wall there, and in the Japanese she uses a different turn of phrase to express that she just feels like she's being manipulated.
Which is still breaking the fourth wall.
Well, not quite to that extent though, since yes, but it's still a turn of phrase that has nothing to do with the framing of the game or what we're doing with it here.
Okay.
I think it's something like being rolled around in the palm of my hand.
That's kind of interesting. I was gonna make more Miki sleep talk in the background, but
But it just suddenly occurred to me, and I thought it would be fun to write, and it was.
it was. And determination.
Yes, Miss Undertale.
After breaking into rank B, Ritsuko invited me out to the beach at night. I know what you're all thinking, but the truth is, this is...
On the beach!
But the truth is... But the truth is, this is probably just about the only time of day left when she can go for a walk in public and not attract loads of attention.
Hey, producer? I feel like things have started to change around the training camp recently. I mean, on average, it seems like it's gotten a little bit more straight-laced, I guess. Like the things we needed to rein in have been reined in.
Really now? If that's true, doubtless it's because none of the girls wanted to get left behind by a certain someone.
Stop trying to be cute because you're not.
I wasn't... Like I have anything to gain by trying to make you think I'm cute, Ritsuko.
So, let me guess. This was all part of your grand scheme to straighten up the whole training camp, and it went just according to plan?
Well, partially. I mean, when I said it before, I did honestly believe it was a possibility that you setting an example for the girls would make them want to put more effort into their own careers. But at the time, I really had no way of knowing for sure whether that would actually play out. It was more of a best case scenario.
Well, yeah, that's true of anyone and anything. Nobody knows what the future holds, so all we can do is forge ahead and try to make our own best case scenarios come true. Identifying what those are for ourselves is the most important step, I think. And the hardest. Like looking up at all those stars in the night sky light years away and going, I want that one. But that's exactly what you did, producer. If anyone deserves credit for turning the training camp around, it's you.
Me? I didn't do anything. You're the one who put in all the hard work to make the change happen.
Well, of course, is what I want to say, but I really don't think I can't, but I really don't think I can in good conscience. Back when we started, I was always probably a little too obsessed with what everyone around me was doing and making sure they were doing what they were supposed to. But it wasn't everyone around me who needed to change. It was me. That was all I could change. And I did it. But the one who brought about that change for me was...
You, Ritsuko.
Come on, that's not what I was getting at. You know it was your words that changed my mind in the first place, right?
I'm only human, Ritsuko, same as you. I don't have the power to change anyone but myself. If anyone deserves credit for changing you, it could only be you. True, I gave you an idea that maybe you wouldn't have thought of on your own, but you're the one who decided for yourself that you liked it, and you're the one who made the conscious effort to act on it. And that's what changed you. Do you agree?
I should have seen this coming. This guy, I'm telling you. God damn it, you suck!
What? Wait, why are you yelling at me for that now?
That does it. I swear it's like I'm a character being fed picture-perfect lines from a script. I just can't bring myself to accept this as on the level.
Then let me ask you this. Say it's not on the level. What do you suggest we do about it instead?
That's actually a good question. How about we do this for now? If I can pull off a huge success at an Extreme Live, then we'll say I've gotten back at you. At the very least, you'd have to rethink your opinion of me in that case, right?
It's not as if my current opinion of you is particularly low, though. But sure, I don't mind. In fact, I'd be perfectly happy to have you pleasantly surprise me with a blowout victory.
Alright, then that'll be my plan of attack. Better keep your guard up, producer.
Ritsuko's light-hearted declaration of war rang out through the night, drawing my gaze back up to the sky. Yes, the Extreme Live. A goal that once seemed even farther beyond our reach than the farthest stars. Yet now we're so close to it. And so, with the curtains fallen over a flawless Extreme Live Extreme Clear for Ritsuko. Well, Ritsuko, you finally did it! The show was a huge success! You beat the Extreme Live!
Yeah, huh. I guess I really did do it.
What's the matter? You still can't believe it? Well, not unreasonable, I suppose, but there's definitely no mistaking it. Tens of thousands of fans bore witness to the birth of our newest extreme idol, Akizuki Ritsuko, today. Congratulations! Well,
no, I mean, it's just a little Extreme Live, right? There's no way I couldn't handle it. I'm just glad it turned out well enough.
You're having to try way too hard to keep your cool about this. What's up?
Nothing's up. But enough about that. So, do I win?
Win what?
Don't you remember? I beat the Extreme Live. It was supposed to be a pleasant surprise for you. Did I win?
Oh, right. What was my reaction to you clearing the Extreme Live? Yes, I was surprised. I mean, I always had faith you could at least clear it, but I didn't know by how much. You went above and beyond my expectations in that regard. I have no idea how I could have expected less anymore.
I see. Well then, if I manage to surpass even your expectations, then that means I do win, and quite spectacularly at that. Woohoo!
That sure made her happy. I'm happy for her too.
But it's too early for us to be getting satisfied with ourselves just yet. We've still got a long road ahead of us.
That we do. In fact, you could even say we're just getting started.
Which is why we have to keep on striving to improve ourselves. There's any number of things we can still work on. Before any of that, though, there's something I need to talk to you about, producer.
Uh-oh. Why'd you get all serious all of a sudden?
Now that I can speak with a bit more authority on these matters as an extreme idol, I want us to have a little evaluation meeting regarding your management thus far. First off, you accommodate me way too much.
What?
I can have the tiniest, not-so-positive look on my face, and the instant you see it, you're suddenly falling all over me. Blech. You're suddenly falling all over me, left and right, like I'm a terminally ill patient. What's up with that? The other thing I've noticed you have a habit of doing is is to lightly prod me with quips whenever I suggest something unreasonable, instead of telling me outright why I'm wrong. I value your opinion, producer. You've earned that respect from me. So if we disagree on something, you don't have to be afraid to say it straight to my face, okay?
Yes, Ritsuko. I understand.
Also, you're always giving priority to taking care of your idols over yourself, aren't you? I think I'd like you to start thinking about yourself more.
Wait, Ritsuko! Why do I kinda get the feeling that I'm the one being scolded by you now?
Because I'm not doing a good enough job, apparently. It shouldn't just kind of feel like it, it should totally feel like it.
Ah! Why do we have to start this again now, today of all days? Besides, don't you think it's a little early for you to be getting on someone else's case like this anyway?
I'm only like this with you! It's fine, isn't it? I mean, you're not just another coworker to me. You're special. I mean, you're my producer after all, right? Looking out for you is practically looking out for myself.
I see now. You're absolutely right. I am your producer. Always have been, and always will be.
Yes, always have been and always will be. The only acceptable scenario. Because like I said, we've still got a long way to go. I look forward to doing even more great work with you. My one and only producer.